Hello everyone, welcome to a quick tour of the Episcopal Asset Map. What was started as an idea in 2014 has evolved into its own kind of website that uniquely tells the story of the Episcopal Church in all of its wonder and beauty and mystery. So, welcome to episcopalassetmap.org. What's this map? It's a map, first and foremost. Secondly, it's a find a church. Thirdly, it's a ministry tool. And also, it's just a way to tell the story about how you in your place are living Christ, ministry, and mission. You'll see that the map is organized as a homepage where you can generically search for whatever you are looking for. You can search by diocese, and the search list in the diocese page, you can just type in a state and all the dioceses that are in that state will pop up. For example, Texas has a couple, and we hit search, and we see the word Texas is apparently in Western Louisiana. They're pretty close to Texas. Diocese of the Rio Grande, Diocese of Dallas, Northwest Texas, the Episcopal Church in North Texas, West Texas, and the Diocese of Texas. Let's just go to the Diocese of the Rio Grande. If you click on a diocese, you'll end up on their diocesan landing page. And you can also, just as you would on the homepage, search generically, or you can click see the map. You'll also get some information about who their diocesan map administrators are and be able to contact them directly. And if you continue scrolling, you'll see some featured stories, either videos or news articles about that diocese. We'll talk about how do you do that on your own. So every diocese has a Christ church of some kind. So I'm just going to click Christ. And you'll see a bunch of places popped up. I'm just going to zoom in the Albuquerque community and see what we learn. Oh, there's a place called Hope in the Desert Episcopal Church. Looks like it has a lovely little piece of property there. That we can see. You'll see that they've linked social media links, YouTube, Facebook, and other. And this just shows you a generic pop-up of that congregation, some worship times, a contact person, and a generic contact information. Let's dig deeper. Click on more details. And you'll see that it tells me the posture of the church. This is a short description of who they are. The first thing that they talk about is worship services as Hope in the Desert Episcopal Church, or an informal blending of traditional and contemporary style. So it might tell me something about what they value and love. Scroll down, I know what time worship services are. Quick fun fact, you want to, if you have worship services that are being broadcasted online, you can add the language live stream to your place, to a service time, and that will automatically let people know that that service is live streamed. And then you can also put the link where they can find the live stream when you add worship times. You'll see that they've posted a couple of ministries that they have at the church about meal programs and donation distribution, Christmas outreach project, Faith Formation Living Waters International, Bible study experience. And I've learned all about that from my seat here at 8:15. And if I want to learn more about that congregation, I might be able to click hopeepiscopal.org and go see their website. If I wanted directions to their page, I click the Google map and it will give me directions. I can share on social media or print this information as well. Let's say I attend Hope in the Desert Episcopal Church. I want to share some information about this place. I simply click Update this place. Mind you, I have not logged in or done anything. I can then go to worship times, and I'll just want to show you real quick some features in the service time section. So you can click the day of the week that it is, the language that it's in. Note that there is currently no one place where we know all the languages that are spoken in the Episcopal Church. And so if your congregation speaks something, please add it. As you go in here, you'll see that there are a number of languages that we know about, but if there's something that is missing, click Other. You'll also see in the list that there is the option for live stream. And what that does is it tells us that that service is live streamed. I have nothing to add to this, so I'm just going to click out of it. And you'll also see if you did click live stream, you can put in the worship style and then also some more information about how to get connected. You can add contact information, so generic contact information for the parish, the person that you want to have a contact, so you can have your parish administrator or a rector. You can add a number of people. You can let Episcopal Relief and Development know who in your congregation is the contact person for that congregation, and then add social media links, of course. Affiliations and partners. Here you can add organized groups that perhaps meet in your space or participate in your ministries. And then if you are connected to a congregation that is close to you or in your diocese, you can click local Episcopal partners and then click other congregations that you might be doing ministry with. International relationships. Some of you have relationships across the world with congregations that you may do ministry trips with or ministry experiences with, or just pray for each other over time. You can add information about those international relationships here. It does help our International Affairs Office understand the depth of the international experience of the Episcopal Church. Disaster preparedness. Do you have a disaster plan? When was it last updated? What kind of property assets are available to us, to all of us as Episcopalians after disaster that might be mobilized to address the needs of the community? You'll see that they added some additional information about their disaster planning process, and all of this information is not publicly displayed on the front end, but it is provided to MAP administrators and disaster coordinators on the back end so that they can see how disaster preparedness is happening in your congregation. Lastly, our ministries. And this is my favorite section where I get to learn all kinds of things about the wonderful ways that Episcopalians are living Christ in their community. Once I saw a wonderful email from a young Jewish man who was doing his bat mitzvah or bar mitzvah. I always mix that up. I apologize to our Jewish siblings. And he needed to do his act of service as a part of that coming of age process and that spiritual process. And he was just looking for a place where he could volunteer. And so volunteer opportunities, one-time opportunities, or enlisting ongoing commitment opportunities for people can really be a great way to tell people how they can join you in fulfilling God's call to all of us to serve neighbor. And so if I was actually doing this process and I had updated information, I would hit save and submit. And when you do, you see what pops up is a name, a place to write your name, your email address, and to agree to the terms of service. And then you hit save and submit again. What happens after that process? Once you've submitted that information goes to a diocesan MAP administrator. And that administrator goes ahead and they approve or decline the information that's been added. Which means that nothing is public until it is approved. And so just wanted to let you all know that even if you are logged out and wanted to add information about a place, you can do that. The other place I wanted to highlight quickly before we get out of this quick 10-minute tutorial is networks. And this is a great way to understand how the church is organized beyond diocesan structures. And so you can learn about Asian American ministries, a lot of our ethnic ministry offices, South Sudanese congregations, theological education. I am a newly graduated person from Union Theological, and so the seminaries that are connected to the Episcopal Church can all be found here. And that's great. The only last thing I want to add is if you are editing your places, just so that you know, you can either be a school, an other, or a church. And so other is a dot, schools are hats, and then churches are crosses. And so if you think that you are listed as a dot and you want to be a hat, you can go ahead and edit that as well. And just in the network maps, yeah, you can see a bunch of, I just finished up working on the Brotherhood of St. Andrew's map. Now let's say you don't see your place on that map. You can click join this network. And what will happen is you'll fill out a form that lets us know to let other folks know that you want to be a part of a network. So I just want you all to go ahead and try and explore and experiment, add some stories and some videos, and let us know all about how you are the Episcopal Church. Thanks so much. Our next video will be more on the administrative end about tactics and resources.